Ventus. Ventus is the chosen attributes of Shun Kazami from the original Battle Brawlers anime. And in all honesty, this is the faction I almost chose to be my main faction when the reboot happened. I was 50-50 between Ventus and Darkus because as a kid I was a Pyros baby and I didn't want to do that again. I wanted to try something different with my life because I had now matured. I didn't just want to be main protagonist energy. Also ignore the Christmas lights earring. I just didn't have another green earring for this video. But I was this close to picking Ventus, and then I learned that Ventus was now nature and not wind as it was before. So I opted out of that and I went straight to Darkus. So Ventus has an interesting history with me, especially considering nowadays Ventus Ferica Ultra is my favorite Ventus Bakugan to use. I don't know, it feels surreal to look back at Ventus as a faction what I almost could have become. Anyway, we're here to look at Bakugan and what I have in my Ventus collection. So anyway, on to the video. 24 Bakugan is what I have to show you guys today. And just like all the other videos, this is going to be skating upwards in B power, so lower B power first, higher B power last. Anyway, first Bakugan we got here is actually one of my most used Ventus Bakugan I own. If it could just roll open for me, please. There we go. It is Core Ventus Dragonoid from Battle Planet. Double Helix 200B for Punchy on a Helix plus 400. This is one of my most used Ventus Bakugan, period. Just because when the reboot started and I got some of my friends to play it, these were what I had access to. And I think I had a few copies of this thing's Evo card, so it just made for a nice Ventus deck that I could actually make at the time. Alright, next up we got my first Ventus Bakugan from the reboot, Ventus Core Fangzor. I got this one specifically from the Garganoid Ultra Starter Pack, and looking at this character card, it makes me sad that we didn't get more character cards like this with more text-based effects. When Spin Master decided they got tired of making multiple language printouts and just used symbols instead for core steals and rerolls, we lost things like this. But yeah, nothing special. 300B, 3 Punchy, Orange Shield, and Fire Fist. This is my first ever Ventus reboot Bakugan. Alright, next up we got a Bakugan that no one can get to stand correctly when he opens as an Ultra because his legs that he stands on are manual. We have Maxitar Ultra from Battle Planet. Excuse me. So Maxitar Ultra, nothing crazy again. 300 Punchy, 300 B, 5 Punchy. Orange Shield, Green Fist. The only thing I can say about this, or redeeming quality I guess, is that it has a diamond version, but the diamond looks ugly because the whole mechanism that holds it in place is this thing, and you can still see that on the diamond one. It's not translucent. Anyway, moving on. Next, we got a Bakugan that I got purely just because I had pulled its Evo card in a booster pack once, and I decided I had to get the Bakugan to match it. Ventus Gortheon Core. 300B, 6 Punchy, double Orange Shield, itchy nose! Excuse me. But yeah, I only have one Gortheon and that's this one, so I guess that's one upside of this thing, and I got an Evo to play it, so yeah. Alright, next up we got a Bakugan that I had bought from Haru Ren, specifically because this Bakugan was not in South Africa, Centipod. And I got this one because, well, it's when he was selling, and I wasn't going to get a Centipod anytime soon. And yeah, this is why I bought it. 300B, 6 Punchy, Orange Shield, Fire Fist. I don't regret buying this one bit. But if you remember in my Aquas collection showcase video, I have a Aquas Centipod. I got that from the Hexagon Mystery Tin, which I didn't think was going to happen. I had this Bakugan before I got the Aquas one. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Next, we got a Bakugan with still one of the best designs to ever come from the reboot, Core Pegatrix. This one, Ventus, Magic Shield, Orange Shield on a Magic Shield plus 200 with a 300B base for Punchy. This thing paired with, I believe, almost any of the other Pegatrixes from Battle Planet back then were still a force to be reckoned with. And I still love that I have almost all of them. I think I'm just missing Darkus Core Pegatrix from Battle Planet. I know it's not the strongest, but I want it. I can't get it anymore. I'm upset about it. Speaking of Battle Planet, we have another Battle Planet Bakugan, Ventus Cornelius, with a whole 400B, 4 punchy, orange shield, green fist. This thing isn't insane, but I'm happy that I have pretty much all the Nilius except for Pyrus, if I'm not mistaken. Well, from Battle Planet specifically I'm talking about. I don't have every other Nilius, just Battle Planet we're talking about. And I think Aquas. I can't remember that far back in my video for the Aquas one, but I don't think I have the Aquas one either. Next, we got a Bakugan, which, I'll be honest, I don't remember why I have this Bakugan specifically. It is Ventus Bakugan Ultra from Evolutions. 400B, 6 punchy, double orange shield, on an orange shield, steel core. Now for some 500B boys. This one, again, one of my favorite molds out of the entire reboot. We got Feral, Ventus Feral, 500B, 5 punchy, helix and green fist. Nothing crazy, and I love the gold trim around his face. Alright, fair warning for anyone who's squeamish, the next Bakugan is a creepy crawly. We have Core Ventus Mantinoid, 500B, 2 punchy, orange shield, green fist. Again, I just love the Mantinoids. Ultra or Core, I love their design. They're so cute, yet so creepy at the same time, and simple, but great. Alright, now these next two Bakugan, I actually like to use them together in a deck. Specifically with their Diamond Evolutions, or just a normal one specifically for this one, but for Tritonium, I always like to use this Diamond Evolution in this deck. So, for the Battle Planet Trox, we got its stats here, 500, 1 punchy, helix, and magic shield, and its Evo, I just really like to work with it, mainly because I had a fair bit of it, so I can make a proper deck with it, and it was just fun to use. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at Tritonium, who is also 500B, 2 punchy, double helix, on a helix plus 100 plus 2, so you could take some reduction core shenanigans from the helix and still make up for it with your effect. But yeah, I like using these two together in tandem with their evos. Alright, so first up we got what is, I'm pretty confident in saying, my first Armor Alliance Ventus Bakugan. That is the Ventus Dragonite Ultra from Armor Alliance, 600B, 5 punchy, double orange shield. I can't remember if its Evo was any good or not, but I also have the core Ventus Dragonite from Armor Alliance, because if I recall, this thing actually does have a pretty decent Evo in Armor Alliance's cards. 600B, 2 punchy, magic shield helix. I just got it specifically if I ever did get that card eventually one day. So, at the start of this video, I brought out my translucent Ventus Storm Skyrus, and this Bakugan has actually been in one other video before. In fact, I think maybe two, now that I think about it, excuse me. The legacy battles I did with Keanu in the past. You guys seem to love those videos, and I do want to make more legacy battle videos, both other people and Keanu as well. If you guys do want to see those videos when they do come out, please consider subscribing, because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers before the end of July this year. That would be so amazing if I could reach that goal. Please, I'm not even asking for 1,000, just 500. Please. Anyway, on to the rest of the collection. Bye-bye. Alright, next up, we have what was my only mold of Enoch at the time. This is the only reason I got this Bakugan. Ultra Enoch from Evolutions. Again, I don't like Evolutions color palette, but I got this one specifically because I didn't have an Enoch at the time. This is my first one ever. Fire Fist, Orange Shield, 8 punchy, 600B. That's it. Alright, next we have actually a very, very sad Bakugan. This is also a Mantinoid, but this one's very sad because this was my favorite Ventus Bakugan to use for years because it looks so like a praying mantis, but as you can see, its mechanism doesn't work anymore. One day I rolled it out and its spring that it uses to go up, it snapped. And I don't know how to fix it. So he's forever in a state like this. He can never stand up properly again on his own. He always needs some help. But on the bright side, he can actually double core rather easily. Not always consistent, but he can double core now. So that's one cool thing. And I still love the first deck I made with this Bakugan back in the day. You can see that video is very ancient. I might revisit that deck and make something else out of it. But yeah, I'm very sad about this Bakugan specifically. Moving on to something a bit happier, we have a Bakugan that I bought from Haru Ren because it is, of course, Pyravian Ultra, Ventus Pyravian Ultra, which is the closest thing we ever had to Skyrus in the reboot anime. Now, he did give me a card that's not in English, so I'm going to put the English translation up on screen right now, but I actually really like this thing's effect. Again, I really am sad that we don't have effects like this anymore because of Spin Master not wanting to print out multiple languages and just use symbols, make it simpler. But it's not as fun because I don't get crazy effects like this. Anyway, 600B, 3 Punchy, Fire Fist, Green Fist, Ventus Pyravian Ultra, everybody. Next, we got another Bakugan that I bought from Haru Ren actually. It is Core Ventus Pinsatار. I only got this from Haru Ren because I didn't have a Pinsatár. Actually, I don't have any other Core Pinsatars in my collection. It's a 700B, 1 Punchy on a Magic Shield plus 4 Punchy. It's a Magic Shield, Orange Shield. That's it. And it looks like Fear Ripper, and I am very upset I don't have a Fear Ripper in my collection. Alright, we're in the home stretch. Next, we have another Bakugan I bought from Haru Ren as well. It is also my favorite Ventus Bakugan to use. It is Ventus Fenica Ultra. This thing has saved me so much because of its ability to double core so consistently and just the design. I love it. I love Fennec Fox. It's my favorite animal on earth, and it's green. If you know me, you know what that means. But yeah, I love Ventus Fenica Ultra to bits. I wish I had a Darkus Fenica Ultra. Then I'd be happy. I can make my perfect Fenica deck with either Chaos, Ventus Fenica Ultra, or Ventus. I'm choosing between those two, Pyrus and Darkus. That would be a dream come true. I can't get Darkus Fenica Ultra in my country without spending an arm and a leg on shipping. Next, we have probably one of, if not my only few Bakugan from the Evolutions Legends color palettes that I actually really like. We have Core Hyderus from Evolutions. I like it specifically because it's not too cheap looking, because it's got a lot of dark colors on it, as well as the red makes it look very tribal. 900B, 1 Punchy, Helix, Magic Shield, just like Fenica, except it's got a higher B power. This is what, like I said, probably the only Evolutions Legends-ish Bakugan I really like out of my collection. Okay, so that's all the Bakugan. Now there's still technically 4 others to show you guys. First up, we have sadly a G3 Bakugan. It's the worst one that I own in terms of design. It's smoke. I say worst one in terms of design because these legs don't come out. In the packaging, it looks like it's supposed to come out, but it looks like it's just built wrong, and I don't like it. Moving on. This is my first Ventus Geogan ever that I got, and that is Amphfrog, 6 energy to use, I forget how much B this thing has, 2400 B, 12 Punchy. After that, we of course have the second Ventus Geogan I ever got. This one I got while I was on a trip in Australia with family. We have Ventus Sky Horse, 3 energy to use, 700 B, 4 Punchy on a Green Fist plus 800. It can get okay numbers for a Green Fist user. And then lastly, this is another Bakugan that I bought from Haru Ren. Well, it's a Geogan specifically. Diamond, where's the card? Diamond Talon. Now, you might be wondering, why am I showing you a diamond version in this Ventus thing and not waiting for it to be my special boy video? Well, you know what? I just wanted to do it, mix it up a bit. This thing will come back again when I show my diamonds and special Bakugan, but yeah. Diamond Talon. So, what did you think of that? I personally like the Ventus collection I have right now. There's not a lot of very strong ones, there's not a lot of very weak ones, it's just a nice little middle ground of stuff that I have. There are a lot of Ventus Bakugan I would love to get in my collection from G2, but with G2 kind of done, it makes it a bit hard to get a hold of these Bakugan, either in singles or even just in the packs they normally come in because of how ludicrously expensive they are in my country. But let me know what your favorite Ventus Bakugan is, considering you now know mine is Ventus Fenica Ultra. Granted, Fenica is my favorite Bakugan, period. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will probably be the darkest one. See you then. Bye-bye.